Hayne the carry. Hayne with a hole. Jarryd Hayne, nice cutback. Hayne looking for a little bit of clearance. And Jarryd Hayne fighting his way near the 10-yard line. Getting his first football action and looking good.
He didn't have to run through a scrum on that play. Well blocked by the 49ers up front. Missed tackle open field. And we know that A.J. Boye can run with anybody back there. And they needed that speed on the back.
Jarryd Hayne, 8 yards deep. Out he comes from the end zone. Hayne picking his way up the sideline. Jarryd Hayne with a cutback. A stiff arm and down at the 26-yard line. Interesting story in this preseason. Former rugby player Jarryd Hayne.
Well, he's phenomenal. Even though he runs vertically, you see how vertical he is? If you're not properly set up and you're trying to reach and grab a guy, you're going to get that arm stuck in your face.
The former NRL star also made clear his value on special teams, flashing his trademark footwork and balance on punt return duties in the opening half.
Hayne still going. And Hayne is making a strong first half statement.
I get chicken skin watching this guy. You got to be happy for him. I mean, you can see his vision right away. First of all, he secures the ball with a good catch, center field, but just look at that little cut, breaking ankles on the gunner. There's another cut right there. Pad level or not, it doesn't matter. That guy in the open field for 220 plus pounds, that type of foot quickness, really impressive.
You know, I think a couple of my play actions, obviously just selling it a bit better, and just little bits and pieces that we spoke about after the game. You know, still a lot to improve on, and just being a lot more crisp.
There's a pass play to you on the right side, and their linebacker stuck his helmet right in your shoulder to dislodge the ball. Can you go over that play, and did it leave you a little numb?
Yeah, I was just obviously on the last check down on that play, and you know, linebacker made a read, and it was the right read. And I think for me, that was just one of those things, and I spoke to Blaine after, whether, you know, I could maybe, you know, run into the ball or do something a bit different. And those are just, you know, it's just a play that, you know, you should have caught.
Did that shake you up at all?
No.
After
the now, Jarryd, did it reinforce to you that, okay, I can do this, I can transfer from one sport to another and be really effective?
Well, you know, I was always confident, you know, so I didn't, you know, for me, I never, you know, didn't need to play to have that confidence. You know, it's just one of those things that, you know, we're good or bad. I knew that I was always going to have to work on something. And, you know, I was fortunate enough to have a couple of good plays. And, you know, for me, it's about, you know, Dallas this week and just being consistent in what I do.
Like instinctually in the open field, that's where you're most comfortable. But in running plays, when there are a lot of people around you and you're in very tight spaces, how do you improve in that area? Is it just getting reps and getting more experience?
Oh, definitely. Understanding the schemes that we're running as well. You know, our blockers, where they're going, who they're trying to take away from me. So there's a whole bunch of things that that I'm getting used to as well. And you know, every time something goes wrong or you know I see something, it's always, you know, I'm straight onto it and obviously trying to do it, you know, to the best of my ability. And it's you know, I really enjoy that stuff. You know, you really enjoy when you see a blocker open a you know, a gap for you, and you know, being able to take it and understand the blocking schemes is probably the biggest thing. You know, being a running back, you know, you just want to not lose yards, and you want to make as many yards as fast as you can. But sometimes, you know, you need to be patient and wait for the holes to, you know, to open up.
You know, after the game, Jarryd, you said you were kind of surprised that you were going to get second-team reps at running back, but then you did what you did as a punt returner and a kick returner. Is that where you can really make your name is on special teams and try to get on this initial 53-man roster?
Yeah, definitely. You know, like I said, I'm you know, far away from being a crisp running back, and you know, returning punts and kickoffs is the thing that I'm most natural at. So, but for me, I got to work on, you know, my whole game. There's not just, you know, one or two things I need to work on. It's, you know, it's everything.
Defense, it won't just be Bowman. It'll be Glenn Dorsey coming back. He's not playing tonight, but Glenn missed all of last year. Here's Jarryd Hayne. How about that catch? Say hey. Good day, mate. He does this a couple more times. We're all going to be eating Vegemite up here.
Well, It's a bomb of a kick, and look at this catch over the shoulder, and then here's what you love. Again, we saw it last week in the open field, the vision, the cutting ability, shakes off Kyle Wilbur right there. Look at him read the block in front of him by Bruce Miller. Wanted to cut it up in Escobar.
The ball punted away again to Hayne, and he'll bring this from the 20, makes the first man miss, makes a couple more miss. And the punter has to stop him. Chris Jones finally drags down Hayne after 35 yards.
Ted, it's ridiculous. I mean, Jimmy Tomsula said it last week. He's a world-class professional athlete, and he continues to show it. You average 9 yards a punt return in this league, you're pretty good. 28 yards a return on those 3 returns.
That was our Mendocino power performer. Here's a power run by Hayne. And Jarryd Hayne to the Dallas 25.
Look, we've all watched a lot of preseason football this year. I'll say it right now. This is the story of the preseason in pro football. It really is. This guy has never played football before. A terrific rugby player, but just his abilities.
Jarryd, you were on punt return coverage where you made a fantastic play. You were on kick off coverage. You ran the football. You caught the football. What don't you do?
I don't play quarterback, so
not yet. There's two more games.
Look, I've just been grateful for the opportunity, and just wherever I get the opportunity to be on the field, I'm there.
What has been the most difficult transition from rugby to the NFL?
Well, I think the whole game in general. I'm still getting used to lowering my pads and running off the right blocks and the right run plays and whatnot. So it's a whole bunch of things. It's probably not just one single area. I think the whole game in general. I'm just trying my best every week and studying and just really enjoying the process.